last season at the incredibly sad event of little Sebastian's passing. Ron had his face blown off by a fireball, which left him without eyebrows and not much of a mustache, and it was very sad for all involved. And then to add insult to injury, his horrible second ex-wife Tammy showed up to give him a hard time, and if that wasn't bad enough, suddenly at the very end of the finale, his first ex-wife Tammy showed up in his office, and so we were left with the cliffhanger of who was going to play that monster. Tammy 1 and Tammy 2 could not be more different. Tammy 2, played by my wife Megan, is a raging hellcat who uses her sexual wiles to control Ron and make him do ridiculous things like get cornrows in his hair. Tammy 1, however, is a much more efficient taskmaster. She rules with an iron fist, and we'll find out just how she does that. But she plays an authoritarian role in Ron's early life that I think we'll find quite amusing. Well, the question of will Leslie run for city council or not is a big one, because it will have a huge effect on the Parks and Recreation office. Ron is particularly torn because he wants to be supportive of his friend in her pursuit of her dreams, but at the same time he's scared to lose her because then he might have to actually do some work. I think it's a story that creates a lot of conflict, both just in her life, in her career choices, as well as in her relationship with Ben, played by Adam Scott. Because of the departmental rule against having a relationship at the workplace, she couldn't very well continue having a surreptitious love affair with him and run for office. So it's gonna create some conflict. I try to point out to people that most of the things that people love on the internet are things that the writers came up with. You know, I think it's a great compliment to our writers. The Pyramid of Greatness is completely from our writers, and so many of the other things. I think it's really exciting, if anything, on our show gets some attention, because we have a great following, sort of in a cult way. I couldn't have dreamed that I would end up with a role that was so much fun to do. I think I have probably some of the best writing happening in town right now to be the vessel of, and again, I just keep minding my manners and hope they keep me around for a while. I was very tickled that that the writers have given Ron a sort of preternatural woodworking talent that's far beyond my own. In an earlier episode, he makes an Irish harp in one night with a lot of whiskey on board, and that would take me, if I hustled, it'd probably take me a week. And so it was a lot of fun that they went back to his childhood home and said that I think he made his first chair when he was 5. And I got a kick out of that. But Ron is obviously much better and much more of a prolific woodworker than I am. I sort of have given up having hopeful storylines, because the writers always come up with such great surprises, and it's never, I could say, oh, it'd be great if Ron, had a lumberjack episode, but they'll come up with something where it's like, well, my grandfather was a lumberjack, and now I'm running a church social against my will, or they're so much more clever than I am. I have been asking for, since we started the show, I've been asking for a scouting episode. I'd love to see Ron as a scout master, and I think we will run into some scouts this fall. The writers are really firing on all cylinders, and it's really exciting to feel like we're still ascending the comedy mountain. It's so much fun to get to do this show, and so it's so rewarding every year when we get to come back, and I'm so excited that we've got 3 in the can now, which means we have 20 or so left to shoot, and that's like 20 versions of The Greatest Christmas Morning I could ever imagine. I would encourage the viewers to indulge in more red meat. That's a freedom that I think some people have been trying to take away from us. Embrace that freedom. It's good for you. Protein is good.